What is up everyone? My name is Tyler and today we're looking at the Peter McKinnon Nomatic Everyday Bag. Now, this isn't the first time Peter and Nomatic have worked together. You might remember the original camera bag they designed a while back, but this time the focus was more on the everyday carry and, well, I think it might just be the best everyday bag I've used. So let's talk about it. To start, during the Kickstarter or Indiegogo or whatever you want to call it, Nomatic offered a few different packages. This was back in November of 2021, so trust me when I say we've been waiting for this bag for a while. Those packages were either the everyday bag alone, the bag plus the sling, and both bags plus the tech organizer and dividers/camera cubes. I opted for the bag, sling, and organizer pack, which was roughly $400, but keep in mind that was the backing price. Prices have likely changed since then, so make sure to check the Nomatic site in the description below. My only regret was not buying additional dividers or any of the cubes, as buying the bag standalone does not come with any dividers, but to be honest, I haven't really been too upset by that. However, I do plan to order a few of the cubes so I can make this bag more multi-purpose, i.e. a drone cube, cinema camera cube, etc. So let's start there then, the main attraction, the Peter McKinnon Nomatic Everyday Bag. I'll make separate videos on the sling and the tech organizer, so be sure to get subscribed so you don't miss those. Okay, onto the bag. On the outside, it looks like any other black camera bag, but I will say I do like the slim nature of the design. As someone who rides a motorcycle, I needed a bag that was streamlined with minimal straps hanging off of it to avoid any trouble while flying at 100 miles an hour down the highway. Well, I can say now with confidence that this bag is perfect for that. So if you have a motorcycle, you'll love this bag. There's really only two pockets on the outside anyway. The two water bottle/tripod pockets, which nicely fold down and magnetically clip shut when you don't need them, but pop open when you do, fitting either a decently sized water bottle or your favorite travel tripod. You also get some strap mounting points for said tripod, or I guess if your water bottle is super tall, you could secure it better. Beyond that, the outside of the bag is a bit barren when it comes to pockets, which personally feels like a letdown. I would have liked to have seen at least one pocket on the outer part of the bag for quick access items like my phone, AirPods, portable battery, or my car key. It does have a luggage pass-through on the backside, which is nice and convenient, and has nice embossed padding with, of course, the Pete's Pirate Life logo embedded within. The straps are decently wide and comfortable for long periods of time, even with a full bag. You also get a sternum strap, which is adjustable to avoid choking yourself when trying to clip it together. A win for some. It also helps a lot, especially if you're like me and you wear this thing while at conventions or trade shows or riding a motorcycle. The outside material of the bag is this durable black weave-like fabric that is both water resistant and extremely rip/tear resistant, making it suitable to carry with you in not so nice places like a forest, production set, or again, on a motorcycle. I frequently sat this bag on asphalt, concrete, and even the dirt and grass, and it held up great. The material is also pretty stain resistant. I mean, look at it. It doesn't even look like I've used the damn thing, but oh, I promise you, it's been through hell and back. And it's been all over the country already and is currently with me on my trip to the Netherlands.
Over Amstel.
In fact, one of my favorite things about this bag is its ability to stand up on its own. It almost has like a skeleton that keeps it upright, whether it's packed full of gear or completely empty. Like, you guys don't even know if I have anything in this bag right now. And you'll never know. Nothing is worse than a limp, flaccid bag. Am I right? The hard, rigid structure of this bag makes it ideal for carrying gear, as you never have to worry about it getting crushed like a traditional bag, and more importantly, your gear isn't what's giving the bag structure or support. It's the bag itself, which is how it should be. Now, the downside is that you won't be packing this bag inside another bag if that's what you plan to do with it. It's simply too rigid to be crushed down into a suitcase, but honestly, that's not this bag's purpose. So in my opinion, that doesn't really matter. So overall, the outside of the bag is pretty superb, minus the inclusion of a pocket or two. But before we head toward the inside, I have one major gripe about the zippers on this bag. You see this section up here? Yeah, it's like a crowded LA intersection on a Monday morning, especially because the two main compartments of the bag converge here, at this exact point. And it's a pain in the ass to get the zippers to pass by one another without either unzipping the wrong compartment or simply struggling to pull it open. The only solution I've found is to move the zippers to one side completely, which is fine, but I would have liked to have seen a bit of a gap here, allowing all four zippers to line up straight without them colliding. Anyway, let's talk about the compartments of the bag. First up is the main compartment, which is this half zip situation in the normal spot you find it. It's pretty shallow, but offers a good spot to put things you want to be accessible, like your sunglasses, maybe a phone charger, or maybe even a spare lens. It also has these two small elastic pockets that I find are great for pens, Sharpies, etc., and actually come in handy quite often. There's a medium-sized zip-up pocket on the flap as well for extra storage, but outside that, it's pretty compact. But there's a little trick I'll show you guys in a second that really makes this space open up. Now, there is a laptop compartment that'll hold up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro, at least that's what I put in there. I wouldn't recommend trying to stuff in your chunky gamer laptop, but if you have an ultralight laptop or a MacBook, you should be totally fine. And the compartment is of course lined with soft fabric and rests against the back of the bag where the molded backrest is, so it'll have plenty of cushion should your bag have a misadventure. Keep in mind, while the bag is weather resistant, it doesn't mean waterproof. So I wouldn't go tossing this around in heavily wet environments with your laptop inside, as there is a possibility for condensation or water to make its way in. It's unlikely, but not worth the risk if you know you'll be in very wet conditions. Maybe just keep your laptop out on that trip. The next main compartment is the camera section. The best part about this compartment is that the straps are attached to the flap, which you would likely overlook if you didn't have a bag that did the opposite, like this one. In any case, this is where you'll store all the goods. Your camera bodies, lenses, filters, drones, and whatever else you bring with you on an everyday excursion. Now, this is where my package will likely differ than most reviewers. I opted not to get any of the camera cubes for this kit, because I forgot. So my compartment is basically nothing but open space, but to be honest, this bag is super useful as it is. Sure, the camera cubes would be nice, but if you already have a set of dividers or don't need them for some reason, I think you'd be totally fine without them. Now, this is where things get interesting per my previous comment about the main compartment. Pulling this little tab here extends what Nomatic calls the ladder system. So while your camera section loses a bit of space, your top or main compartment now gains some space. Oh, and this little section is magnetic, so you can access the main compartment from the back if you need to. You can also remove the ladder system altogether, and now you have a completely open bag for, say, a week's worth of clothes, which, yes, I have tested. So no matter how you slice it, this everyday bag has you covered in one way or another, if you're creative about it. Besides the big empty void, you do get a couple zipper mesh pockets that can hold chargers and other doodads, but that's about it. It's simple, minimal, and straightforward, and I like it. Part of me wishes it had more. But then again, this isn't supposed to be the kitchen sink bag. It's supposed to help you trim down your pack so you can stay nimble out in the field. I'm sure Peter would agree if I said this bag tries to teach you a little bit about minimalism. Take what you need and only what you need. If it doesn't fit, you don't need it. It's a great way of thinking when packing for a day trip with your friends or a day out by yourself. You don't need to bring 5 lenses, 2 bodies, 4 filters, a drone, and a survival kit with you on your trip downtown for the day. Or maybe you do, I don't know. So pack light, you don't need it, trust me. To sum things up in a minimalistic way, the Peter McKinnon Nomatic Everyday Bag is a reasonably sized backpack made from premium materials that not only holds itself up when it's empty, but also serves as a safe haven for all your gear and belongings, so long as you remember it's a day bag, not a month bag. It's not going to replace your Mac Daddy camera bag, and certainly won't replace the good old reliable Pelican case. However, it will become your new daily driver for everyday travel to and from the office, the studio, or just a day-long adventure. It'll hold the essentials and maybe a couple of snacks, and that's all I would want from a bag like this. So overall, I think it's a great bag and would recommend it to anyone looking for a go-to everyday backpack, especially if you're a photographer, content creator, or just a business professional looking for some space to throw in your camera or other fragile goodies. It might be plain and black, but if that's your aesthetic, then you'll feel right at home. So that's gonna be it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and as always, make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. Also make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date on all things 24 Concept. Until then, see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Can I be in the video?
Hoss is in the video. Tarzan is back. There we go. We did it, guys. The lights didn't go out. The audio is decent. Can I get a round of applause in the chat, please? Can someone cue the audio? We did it, chat.